Hey everybody, what's going on? Time for another YouTube video. It's that time of year and we're knocking off the reels one by one. I've been in the studio for like 2 weeks now shooting videos for Shimano, shooting these new products. So I've had a chance to put my hands on them. And I want to take this time to walk through them with you and give you all the information on the reels now that I've had a chance to play with them a little and basically walk through what their features are. So this is a new one, but before I get to it, do me a favor, click subscribe down below. And if you haven't already, click get notifications. That makes sure our videos get into your feed. New reel. All you inshore, saltwater, nearshore, saltwater, freshwater people. This was one of my favorite reels in the last generation. It is the TwinPower XD. This little baby is where finesse meets power. This is an MGL model reel, which means it has the Magnumlite rotor, but it has got a ton of backbone and a ton of features. So let's go through everything that's new in the 2025 TwinPower XD. So much like Stella Freshwater, when it was introduced, it had the Infinity Evolution. So I already talked about the MGL rotor. That's where this line of reel really stands. I believe it is one of the top in North America for MGL reels. I mean, if you were talking Japan or overseas, Vanquish would be the top level MGL reel, but TwinPower XD right up there at the top for MGL reels. But we talk about Infinity Evolution. Infinity Cross gear is in this new reel as well. So that's the latest gear. It's the cold forged aluminum drive gear, stamped drive gear, the strongest gear in the market, but it's got the latest tooth pattern on it where they've learned to spread the load of the pressure over the entire width of the gear tooth, really minimizing the amount of damage that can happen when you're winding under heavy loads. The other thing it has is Infinity Loop. Infinity Loop is the way the line lays on the spool, and you could tell how slow that reel goes up and down. That is really indicative of the line management system, Infinity Loop. And then the last thing being Infinity Drive. Infinity Drive is the spool shaft that lifts and lowers your spool is now run through the pinion gear rather than being supported by it. That really increases winding power under load. So you've got a reel that has had 3 initial changes that really improve the power, the longevity, the smoothness, the torque of this TwinPower XD, which makes me incredibly excited to use it. 2 other things that they've added to this, the Durocross Drag. So that woven cross-carbon drag washer has gone into this. All models have the woven cross-carbon drag washer. That was where they were able to marry the smoothness of felt with the durability across carbon. A big problem with cross-carbon drags, if you've ever experienced it, is because it was mashed carbon fibers, the fibers would go each and every way. So the drags tended to be a little sticky off the start, but super durable. And once they got rolling, they were great. And felt drag washers, on the other hand, were always super easy to get started, super smooth, very finessey, but they wore out easy on hard running fish. So Durocross Drag is basically a marriage of the two. So now you've got the durability across carbon, the smoothness and finesse of felt. The other thing they've added to this reel is the Antitwist fin, which is a little rubber fin on the inside of the reel, right up under the line roller. And what that's meant to do is eliminate slack or reduce slack that is coming down and landing on your spool, stops loops from being wound onto your spool. Well, what that does is improves your line management, obviously, but it also reduces wind knots. Wind knots are caused when you get a loop wound onto your spool and you didn't notice it, and the next cast is just an absolute disaster. So the anti-twist fin is on the TwinPower XD for 2025 as well. Now there's a whole bunch of other features with this reel, so let's just go through what the standard features are, and then we'll go through the models and the specs. Now we started off with the MGL rotor, that lightweight, low startup inertia rotor that really helps with starting and stopping techniques. And then also on this reel, though, we still have the Hagane body. So you got that marriage of power and finesse, the front half being the finesse of the MGL rotor, the power being that Hagane all-metal body that is used on the TwinPower XD. One-piece bail arm is also a feature on this, and long-stroke spool is also a feature on this. So when we talk line management between anti-twist fin, infinity loop, long-stroke spool, one-piece bail arm, you know, you got S-ARB shielded anti-rust bearings. There's 10+1 bearings in this reel. And then you've got all these other things like rigid support drag for hard pulling fish like snook that will absolutely bury you when you hook them. This reel is designed really to take a lot of punishment. Two other features in this reel that were on the last one were silent drive, and silent drive is where they take the internals and really tightened up the tolerances to make the reel more quiet and make everything mesh better together. And then it's also got X Protect, so that's a high level water resistance in the reel that is labyrinth system. So it's a little maze that stops water from getting in vital, vulnerable areas of the reel. Really makes this reel great for not only saltwater, freshwater, just in every environment. It's a great reel that's going to last a very long time with proper maintenance. Now, the reel is going to be available in 3 models like the previous generation, a 3000, a 4000, and 5000. They're all XG models, high gear ratio. 37 inches of line on the 3000 model, 40 inches of line on both the 4000 and C5000 model. Now, when we talk stopping power with all these features like the new drag washers, it's Shimano's standard stopping powers for reels. The 3000 is going to stop 20 pounds of stopping power in that drag, 24 pounds of stopping power in both the 4000 and 5000 size reel. And when we talk weight of the reel, 7.1 ounces for the 3000, really a light reel considering how robust this reel is, and 8.6 ounces for both the 4000 and C5000 model. That's about everything about this new reel. $469.99 to $489.99 is the MSRP on this reel, US dollars. But the good news is this reel should be shipping shortly in the spring. We should expect to start seeing it in stores. Well, there you go. That's everything about the new TwinPower XD from Shimano for 2025. If you guys can do me a favor, click subscribe down below. And if you haven't already, click get notifications. That makes sure when we do a new video, it gets into your feed. I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope you guys are all having fun. Most importantly, I hope everybody is catching fish. Talk to you soon.